Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So today we're going to venture into the diverse kingdom Protista, home to a wide variety of microorganisms commonly known as the protists. These organisms, they are unique as they can be single cell or simple multicellular, setting them apart from the other life forms. One distinguishing feature of the protists is that they are eukaryotic, which means they have a true nucleus within their cells. Unlike the prokaryotes, such as the bacteria, where the genetic material it floats freely in the cell, protists have a defined nucleus that houses their genetic material. The kingdom Protista is incredibly diverse, encompassing many different types of organisms. This includes the protozoans, which are often the single cell and exhibit animal-like behaviors. There are also algae, which are plant-like protists, and they can range from microscopic to macroscopic in size. In addition, we can find some slime molds, which despite their name, they are more animal-like in their behavior. And we also have the euglenoids, a group of protists that exhibit both the plant-like and the animal-like characteristic. Euglenoids are typically they are elongated, spindle-shaped or cylindrical in form with a flexible outer covering called the pellicle. The pellicle it allows them to change shape as they move through their aquatic environments. They have a long whip-like structure called the flagellum, which extends from the anterior end of the cell. So this flagellum it is essential for their locomotion, allowing them to move through the water in a whip-like motion. Many euglenoids, they have an eye spot or stigma, we call it, which is a light-sensitive organelle. The eye spot, it enables the euglenoids to detect the light sources and adjust their direction of movement. And this behavior is known as the phototaxis. Euglenoids, they are also often feature a contractile vacuole, which helps to regulate water balance within the cell by expelling excess water that may enter through osmosis. And like all eukaryotic organisms, these euglenoids, they possess a well-defined nucleus containing the DNA, and this nucleus is typically located near the anterior end of the cell. And some euglenoids, they are photosynthetic and they contain chloroplasts, providing them with a green color. So in addition to photosynthesis, they can also feed by engulfing small particles and forming food vacuoles. Protozoans are the single-cell eukaryotic microorganisms. They are believed to be primitive relatives of animals, while they share some characteristics with animals, such as the mobility and the heterotrophic nutrition, but they remain different. They remain different in their single-cell nature. There are protozoans. It can be divided into four major groups, and each of these group own defining characteristic and behavior. So this group, they are amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, and also sporozoans. Amoeboid protozoa, they are known for their unique method of locomotion. So they move by extending and retracting pseudopodia, which are temporary feet formed by the cell membrane. The amoeboids, they use these pseudopodia to engulf and surround their prey, allowing them to move and feed in a characteristic flowing manner. And for ciliates, they are covered in the hair-like structures and is called the cilia. These cilia, they beat in coordinated patterns, creating a current of water that propels the ciliate through its aquatic environment. The cilia also assist in feeding and sensing the surroundings. Sporozoa are a unique group of protozoa. They are non-motile, which means they do not have the typical locomotion structures like the pseudopodia, cilia, or the flagella. So instead, they have a complex life cycles. They are often parasitic. Flagellates are protozoa that have whip-like structures, and it is called the flagella. And they use it for the locomotion. And these flagella, they can be found on the cell surface, and they are responsible for propelling the protozoan through its aquatic habitat. Protozoa represent a diverse and complex group of single-cell organisms, and they are often considered as an intermediate evolutionary step in the emergence of the more complex kingdoms of animals, plants, and fungi. And the kingdom protozoa, they are incredibly diverse, and they have approximately 65,000 species. And these species, they exhibit a wide range of behavior, lifestyle, and habitat, contributing to their unique place in the natural world. Within this kingdom, you can find both unicellular and multicellular organisms. Some protists, they are single cell, living as the independent entities, while others form multicellular structures which can take on various forms and functions. The kingdom Protista, they encompasses a wide range of nutritional strategies. So some protists, they are autotrophs, meaning they are capable of making their own food through the processes like photosynthesis. However, there are protists that are heterotrophs, which means they ingest food from the outside, just like animals. Some protozoa, they often exhibit the animal-like characteristics such as for the mobility, while other members, like certain algae, they demonstrate plant-like traits with photosynthesis. Autotrophic protists are those that are capable of making their own food, so they harness the energy from the sunlight and or the inorganic compounds to produce their organic molecules. So these protists are similar to plants in the ability to carry out the photosynthesis. Examples of the autotrophic protease, diatoms. Diatoms are a type of autotrophic protease that possess a unique glass-like cell wall made of silica, and they are known for their role in marine and freshwater ecosystems because they are abundant there and they serve as an essential food source for the various aquatic organisms. Heterotrophic protists are those that obtain the food by ingesting other organic materials such as the bacteria or the small particles. Example of the heterotrophic protists are the amoebas, well-known group of heterotrophic protists. They capture and engulf their prey by extending the pseudopodia. One distinguishing feature of protozoa is their capacity for the asexual reproduction. The primary method of asexual reproduction in protozoa is binary fission. So during binary fission, one protozoan cell divides into two identical individuals. And this process begins with the duplication of the genetic material and is followed by the physical division of the cell, resulting in two genetically identical daughter cells. Animal-like protists, they exhibit behaviors and characteristics similar to those of animals. One key feature is their heterotrophic nature. Animal-like protists, they can be classified based on the structures they use for movement. The two main categories are the cilia. Some animal-like protists use numerous tiny hair-like structures they call cilia for the movement. And these cilia, they beat in a coordinated manner, creating currents in the surrounding fluid and propelling the protist through its environment. And this coordinated movement, it allows for the control and precise locomotion. And the second one is the flagellum or the whip-like tail. Others utilize a whip-like tail like structure called a flagellum or flagella for movement. So this flagellum, it undergoes a back and forth wave motion which generates thrust and propels the protist through its aquatic habitat. One of the remarkable features exhibited by some animal-like protists is the use of pseudopodia. And these dynamic structures allow the protists to move and capture prey effectively, altering their shape and direction as needed. Amoebas. Amoebas are renowned for their use of pseudopodia. And one of the standout examples of the animal-like protists is this amoeba. So amoebas are single-cell microorganisms that belong to this kingdom Protista, and they are characterized by their remarkable flexibility and the unique way of life. Amoebas exhibit both feeding and locomotion through the pseudopodia, so they engulf their prey. and their prey include the bacteria and small particles. By surrounding them with the pseudopodia, and they form food vacuole. And at the same time, they extend the pseudopodia to glide along the surfaces, and they change direction as needed. Amoebas are versatile and adaptable microorganisms, and they are found in various aquatic environments, including the freshwater and marine habitats. And the ability to adjust to different conditions and they move using the pseudopodia allows them to thrive in a wide range of ecosystems. Paramecium. So what sets paramecium apart is its use of cilia. So and also this paramecium is typically found in freshwater environments where its ciliary locomotion and feeding strategy make it a successful predator. And these microorganisms, they are adaptable, thriving in diverse aquatic habitats such as the ponds, lakes, and slow-moving streams. Paramecium, they employ its cilia not only for movement but also for feeding and defense. So as you all know, the cilia, they create water currents that help draw in the food particles into an oral groove. And then these particles are then transported to a specialized structure called the gullet, where they are digested and absorbed. And paramecium also uses this cilia for quick response and to avoid predators. Binary fission is one of the primary methods for asexual production in paramecium. And as mentioned just now, this division begins with the duplication of the cell genetic material, and it is then followed by the physical separation of the cell into two distinct individuals. Conjugation, on the other hand, is a method of sexual production in paramecium. So unlike binary fission, conjugation involves the exchange of genetic material between the two paramecium individuals. During conjugation, two cells come into close contact and form a temporary bridge between them called a conjugation bridge. Sporozoans are a group of animal-like protists known for several distinctive characteristics. They do not have the capability to move on their own, so they are mostly immobile in their adult stages. Sporozoans also commonly found in tropical regions around the world, and these areas with warm and humid climates, they provide suitable conditions for their existence. Also, sporozoans, they reproduce through the formation of the specialized reproductive structures called the spores. And this method of reproduction is essential for their life cycle. Many sporozoans, they are parasitic in nature. So typically, they live inside the host organism where they can cause various diseases. Malaria is a deadly disease caused by this parasitic protist, Plasmodium. And it is a significant global health concern, particularly in tropical and subtropical regions. These organisms, they have a green pigment called the chlorophyll, which is a crucial component for photosynthesis. And photosynthesis is a process by which these organisms convert light energy into the chemical energy, producing their own food in the form of carbohydrates. And this ability to synthesize their food sets them apart from other living organisms. These organisms, they can thrive in a wide range of environments. They are highly adaptable and they can be found in four main types of habitats: the freshwater, saltwater, soil, and also the tree bark. One of the remarkable contributions of this organism is the production of the oxygen. Through photosynthesis, they release large amounts of oxygen into the atmosphere, and this oxygen is essential for the respiration of other living organisms, including the animals and also humans. Organisms that share the ability to perform photosynthesis are grouped and classified based on their pigments and structural characteristics. And these classifications, they help the scientists and researchers to understand better their diversity and the ecological roles. For Euglena, is a one-cell alga, and it is singular nature, and it is a testament to the diversity within the kingdom Protista. So despite its small size, Euglena exhibits a range of unique characteristics that make it a standout organism in aquatic environment. Euglena thrives in freshwater environments, making its home in ponds, lakes, and other bodies of freshwater. And this habitat provides it with the necessary conditions to grow and flourish. And one of the distinctive features of Euglena is its ability to form photosynthesis. Euglena single flagellum serves as it means for the locomotion, and this whip-like structure, it propels the Euglena through the water, providing it with mobility to navigate its environment. The red eye spot is positioned near the front end of the Euglena, and it is a distinctive characteristic that plays a crucial role. So this eye spot is sensitive to light, allowing Euglena to detect the direction of light sources in its aquatic habitat. Diatoms are a group of one-cell protists that stand out for their exquisite beauty. And these microorganisms, they come in an astonishing array of shapes, including boats, rods, discs, triangles, and many more. Diatoms play a crucial role in aquatic ecosystem as they serve as an important food source for a wide range of water-dwelling animals. And the nutritional value they provide is essential for the survival of various aquatic organisms, including tiny zooplankton and larger marine life. What truly sets diatoms apart is their unique cell coverings. So imagine a box with a lid. This analogy helps illustrate their remarkable feature. Diatoms have a cell covering made up of two overlapping parts, creating a box and lid structure. And this covering, known as the frustule, is composed of a material called silica, the same substance as glass. Dinoflagellates are a group of algae primarily found in ocean environments, and these remarkable microorganisms, they thrive in the vast expanse of the world's seas and oceans, contributing to the rich tapestry of marine life. What makes dinoflagellates particularly interesting is their chlorophyll, the pigment responsible for the photosynthesis. Dinoflagellates, they have chlorophyll that is somewhat concealed due to the presence of dark pigment within their cells, and this unique feature, it affects their appearance and the interaction with light. Dinoflagellates, they derive their name from the two flagella that they possess. So these are the whip-like structure that extend from the cell body, and they use it for the locomotion. Dinoflagellates, they are not just unique, but they have a significant impact on the marine ecosystem. So they are the primary producer because they are capable of the photosynthesis, and because they are ability to produce their own food. Dinoflagellates, as we have previously discussed, um, they are recognized for their unique adaptations. They have two flagella and they have hidden chlorophyll, but they are also known for causing spectacular natural events known as the red tides. They have the capability to reproduce rapidly and in large numbers. So when conditions are favorable, they can form dense populations or blooms, which can turn the ocean water a reddish hue. So this phenomenon is aptly named red tide due to the striking color it imparts to the water. The red tide, it can have profound consequences for the marine ecosystem. They produce chemicals that are harmful to other marine life, including the fish. And these chemicals, it can lead to the death of thousands of fish, disrupting the local food chains and ecosystem. And not only do the red tides affect the marine life, they can also pose risk to human health because some of the dinoflagellates, they produce toxins that can accumulate in the filter feeding shellfish. And when humans consume those contaminated shellfish, then they may become ill, experience some symptoms related to toxin ingestion. So for this story, when a stingray encounters and absorbs the toxins associated with the red tide, it can have a profound impact. So these toxins leads to disorientation. So it affects their sensory perception and also the coordination. And the stingrays may appear as if they are unable to see clearly or control their movement. Green algae are a group of photosynthetic organisms that display remarkable diversity. So they come in a wide range of forms, and this adaptability allows them to thrive in various aquatic environments. One of the most important roles of green algae is the ability to produce the oxygen through the photosynthesis. Green algae, they serve as a significant source for nutrition for other various aquatic organisms. So they provide food for the fish, snails, crayfish, and other herbivorous creatures. Green algae, they exhibit a colonial lifestyle where the group of cells, they live and function together. So this allows them to carry out specialized functions and grow more efficiently. Slime molds are a fascinating group of fungus-like protists, and they blur the lines between the fungi and protists. So while they resemble fungi in some aspects, their biology, their life cycle, they are quite distinct, so setting them apart in the world of microorganisms. And slime molds, they find their ideal habitat in cool, damp locations, often gracing the forest floor with their presence. And these conditions provide the necessary moisture and organic matter for their growth and development. They are the consumers. Slime molds are consumers. Their primary source of sustenance is the bacteria. So they can often thrive in environments where there are a lot of bacteria, such as the rotting logs or the decaying leaves. Most slime molds, they are content to consume bacteria, but some exception to some slime molds. Small number of slime molds that exhibit parasitic behavior. Okay, but these instances are relatively rare, and these parasitic slime molds may live off other organisms, but their overall prevalence is low compared to their non-parasitic counterparts. And that's all for Kingdom Protista. Thank you very much.